Welcome back to Wait a minute. I can't quite seem to remember the rest of our podcast name. Do you guys remember recording last week?
I don't know. I can't really.
I kind of can.
I can't even remember, yesterday.
But it just seems like we recorded so long ago.
Hold on.
I seem to remember being in a massive mansion last week and surrounded by
that definitely
lots
wasn't
of
you.
money. And
Well, that definitely wasn't you. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Half a Clue
You're right.
Movie Review.
I was here last week.
I'm Blake, and I'm joined by...
Ron, hi. I thought you were going to do... You got to...
You flip it, you switch it up.
I know. I like to keep you guys on your toes,
God.
that's all.
Okay, I'm Ron. Hello.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Miles.
Before we even introduce the movie, Miles demanded that he gets a small window to talk about something. Small window, Miles. I will cut you off if it goes on too long.
Look, I'm sorry. There's just certain things I get very excited about. One of those things is my favorite author, Brandon Sanderson.
Oh,
who
yeah.
signed a major deal with Apple TV for movies for the Mistborn series and then a TV show for the Stormlight Archive series.
Oh.
And notably, it's one of the deals with the most creative control that has ever been given
Yeah, he's writing all the scripts.
to
Whoa.
a writer, which is crazy. He gets more creative control than J.K. Rowling got, than George R.R. Martin got.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Well, that's for
and
sure.
I think it's gonna cause a big shift in the industry if it's successful, and hopefully it will be. And I've been wanting to see more creative control for adaptations of books into films.
Is he getting
So,
more creative control than the author of 50 Shades of Grey, though, I ask?
I
That's a
would
real
assume.
thing. That's a real thing. She
Really?
had way too much control. There's I do occasionally listen to other film podcasts, and I was listening to one called
Blasphemy.
What Went Wrong, and they had a whole episode about this. The original author of 50 Shades of Grey kind of ruined the movie because they accidentally gave her
Because she
too much.
wrote it.
Well, no, but they gave her a lot of control on the actual production, and they were like, well, this is a movie. We should do it this way. She's like, nope, has to be done this way.
Yeah, she's a fucking fanfic writer. Anyway, sorry.
Sorry, go on.
And then,
Yeah.
I was just going to say, who wrote Stephanie Meyer, Twilight?
Twilight.
Robert Pattinson famously argued with her a bunch on set.
I bet. Yeah. He's probably like, can I have a better character? Can my dialogue not be so cringy?
Hey, have you seen the last movie? It has a crazy climax.
Dude, that shit's wild.
It actually is kind of
I
wild.
think I've only seen the first two
Okay,
films.
All right,
very
yeah.
off topic
Sorry.
there. Hold on.
Miles,
What the
finish
fuck?
up your point.
That was my
Mil-
point. I just wanted to announce that
I'm
this is happening.
excited about it as well.
Yes.
Even though I don't really like Mistborn all that much, Stormlight's very good. I need to continue that series.
Born in the Mist.
All right, so
Wait,
what? Oh,
I believe it is your pick of the week, Ron.
yeah, it is.
Well-
We're watching Dark City, bitch.
You're supposed to let me ask you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What are we watching, Ron?
Dark City.
Why did you pick
Bitch.
Dark City?
Because I watched it a while. It's again, I kind of repeat myself, but I don't know. It was just stuck in my mind recently. Kind of just popped up, and I was just I don't know. It's an interesting movie. I don't think it's talked about that much, and I know none of you guys have seen it, right?
No.
No,
Or hadn't seen it.
Well,
I didn't
Now
even
I've
know
seen
that
it.
this movie existed.
I'd
until
never
you-
heard of it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'd never heard of it.
So I'm it's feeling like kind of the perfect movie to bring up.
Well, should we do first impressions or history?
Let's jump into the history,
Ooh.
bitch. Okay. All right. Before Dark City ever asked us to question reality, it had to survive Hollywood. 20th Century Fox initially picked up the script. Even so, executives grew nervous about just how strange Alex Proyas and Lem Dobbs' noir sci-fi fever dream was, even bringing in David S. Goyer to smooth the edges. As he later put it, try to, quote, make it not as weird, only to drop it after the executives who championed the project was fired. Leaving Dark City briefly homeless before New Line Cinema stepped in. New Line's great. They love to just kind of make movies that are a little outside the box. At least they did. Those early impulses from the executives tell you exactly what kind of movie Dark City was trying to be and how the system didn't understand how to sell it. Originally slated for an earlier release, the film was pushed back 4 months and finally crept into theaters in February of 1998, running away from the long shadow of Titanic, which was still swallowing up box offices whole. When it finally arrived, the film was crushed by impossible competition. Titanic, The Wedding Singer, Good Will Hunting, and they all were in the same week. And it limped into a $27.2 million box office on a budget of $27 million.
Ooh.
Ouch. Yeah. By any traditional measure, it was a flop. But like the best cult films, Dark City wasn't built to win opening weekends. It was built to haunt you. And the lights, until the lights come on. I fucked that up, but it was meant to haunt you until the lights come on. There you go. So yeah, there it is. Quick plot breakdown. Dark City follows John Murdoch, a man who awakens in a bathtub with no memory of who he is. Huh? What? Huh? Only to discover...
Reminds me of Saw.
Yeah, it kind of does, yeah. There's so many things that have taken from this movie, I feel like, or at least have been
Absolutely.
yeah. But it's only to discover he's wanted for a series of brutal murders he doesn't remember committing. As he flees both the police and a group of pale, mysterious figures known as the Strangers, Murdoch begins to notice unsettling inconsistencies to the city itself. Streets that rearrange overnight, people whose lives and pasts don't make sense, weird psychiatrists. Murdoch uncovers the truth.
Cool.
All right, should we do first impressions?
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess I'll go first.
Oh yeah, what's your first impression, Blake?
This felt really long.
Ah,
I want to preface this. I didn't hate this movie. I think it's a good movie, but I didn't really like it that much. I like a lot of the ideas it presents, and I like the visuals of it a lot. It has really good set dressing, really good cinematography, pretty good effects, except for maybe the last fight, where I think they might have ran out of money.
the last fight is kind of hilarious.
But like I liked a lot about it, but I couldn't vibe with it that hard. And yes, as Jason just pointed out, it's obvious, and you pointed out, it's very influential. I see a lot of movies that have taken from it, which is interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Jason.
Yeah, so like I'm kind of in the same boat as Blake. On paper, I should love this movie. You know, it's like a dark sci-fi noir. Like that's right up my alley. It deals with like interesting concepts and it's very thoughtful but the biggest thing that like bothered me was the editing.
Mm-hmm.
It was very quick, lots of quick cuts, lots of quick edits, and it felt like it's such a cool visual film. I wish it would like let those shots breathe a little more. And some of the acting was hilarious.
And the dialogue. I meant to
The
mention
dialogue
that.
as well, yes.
That's my biggest criticism.
So you guys are commenting on the dialogue. How many noir films have you two watched?
Quite a few.
Quite a
Yeah.
few? Okay. Because
One. I'm just kidding.
no, I mean, I saw a lot of influence in the dialogue, specifically from noir films. I feel like that was really the strongest connection to those types of films was in the dialogue. I mean, yeah, it might not have been the best, but I didn't find it bad for a 90s sci-fi movie that was ripping off Total Recall.
Is it ripping off Total Recall? I mean,
It deals with memory, right?
yeah.
I mean, there's like the general theme
Yeah.
of memory. Yeah.
I saw this movie and I thought, okay, Total Recall plus Matrix equals Dark City.
This was before The Matrix, though.
Ah, unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, according to the director, like a lot of his like influences come from. Hold on, I wrote it down. Oh yeah, like Fritz Lang's Metropolis, Akira was a big one, but like obviously there's a lot of visual influences from Blade Runner, Brazil. I mean, you know, just the list goes on.
Yeah, it looks a lot like Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a really good looking movie. For,
Yes, it looks
for
incredible.
What it was trying to do, you know, I mean, this is your standard 90s sci-fi schlock.
So is
but
this your
it was
initial
done
impression?
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy those types of movies, so I was happy as a pig in a blanket with it. Right?
Sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I mean, what do you guys think of like? So again, we're talking about these things. We're going to get into the strengths and the weaknesses, right? Because clearly, dialogue was a weakness for you guys. Miles, you were cool with it.
Yeah, I thought the dialogue was fine.
I mean, for me, it was like there was definitely moments that the film felt janky, right? Like I think the editing for me as well. I always like rewatching it. I was like, man, I don't remember this film feeling so like choppy at times. Like even between like in the middle of a scene, it kind of felt like there were like weird little skips, which I was like that felt a little off to me. But overall, I think the dialogue is like it's pretty serviceable. I like some of the lines, you know, like I'm being punished for my sins, or I don't know. There's a lot of like fun moments here and there of like little like it is kind of has that like kind of hokey noirness to it, where there's like a little extra.
Somebody woke up on the wrong side.
There's
of
a lot
the
of
bed.
there's a lot of bad there's a lot of bad puns in this movie.
Yeah, but I liked it. I don't know. I like the detective a lot. I think John. God, his name's escaping me. But the main detectives, like I think his whole deal was like some of my favorite parts of it.
I think the psychiatrist performance was my favorite in the film.
Really?
Yeah. Kiefer Sutherland.
Why does he talk like Stevie from Malcolm in the Middle?
He fucking
Like this, he kind of like he's out of breath.
He could say like 3 syllables at once.
Yeah.
I really liked the performance.
Apparently,
I don't know.
oh, I'm sorry.
And I love Kiefer Sutherland. I'm a big Kiefer stan. But
He loves his Keith.
he was a lot in this movie.
I just think I don't think it's necessarily the actors in the movie's fault. I think it's the direction of them. They're always either way overacting or like not really reacting at all to horrible things that are happening. Like what's that means? It means it's all a lie. And he like knocks the thing down. I'm like, oh my God. It's either that or there was another scene where I don't know, something horrific happens and he's like, what? And I'm like, you should like react to that way more.
They're all brainwashed though.
I know the actors did comment on how difficult and frustrating it kind of was because the characters' motivations were really hard to place. They were all mixed bags. They were all kind of all over the place. So they were a little emotionally disconnected from what was happening all the time.
And that was executed brilliantly, I think.
Yeah, like apparently Jennifer Connelly had like a tough time with it. Even I think it was Richard O'Brien, who's Mr. Hand. He was like talking about how difficult it was to kind of like he wanted to emote more, but then he couldn't because like, you know, there had a lot of issues. So I think it did have some trouble maybe translating a bit because it didn't totally come through. I kind of liked it for the most part. I think everyone's like kind of weird displaced energy and headspace kind of makes sense to me. It's just like they're a little weird. Like the detective just kind of seems pretty unfazed about so much weird
Everything.
shit that's happening. But I do think it's interesting though. Apparently the original script was more focused just on the detective, and it was the director's idea was basically he'd be investigating a series of murders that would make less and less sense the more he dug into it, and he would slowly be losing his mind as then he kind of unraveled the truth that it was that like this is all kind of a facade and everything's kind of crazy.
That's kind of what happens to the other detective, right? Like,
yeah, pretty much. They kind of shifted it over, but then also they changed the focus to be more on Murdoch rather than I think
William Hurt's.
Yeah, William Hurt's character.
Who I think William Hurt was probably gave the best performance in this movie.
It was great.
He was fun.
So back to why I think the characters work, right? If you look at what the aliens were trying, or brain slugs were trying to accomplish, you know, and what they thought the perfect human was, you know, they were very monotone, very stable, very like organized. Things didn't really phase them too much. They had, you know, they had a fear response, but they didn't like their fear response. So they were trying to build just emotionally bland humans, right? And they had been manipulating everybody's minds to the point where, yeah, they're these like basically just blank slate characters where it's like they've got experiences, they've got lives, but nothing that's too extreme that would affect them, make them violent, make them, you know, have any emotional issues.
I guess you could say maybe they were trying to like bridge the gap a bit because they were also trying to figure out what made humans special, I suppose. Or I guess it's like, you know, I mean, they do say that they were dying out and stuff. And then, you know, a part of that they believed was their memories were such a core element of it. I love that stuff. I love the idea of like really focusing in on like the memory of a person, what really dictates who a person is.
Yeah.
Is it just their experiences? Is it just like inherently who they are? and is I don't know. I thought it was pretty.
I love
interesting.
all that shit. Like that stuff's cool to me.
Well,
If only there wasn't a better 80s sci-fi movie that explored these very themes in an also oppressive neon city. I thought they were going to straight up kind of rip off that scene at the end when he's like walking out and he's like God basically. And then like one of the brain slug guys walks up and is like, you know, I'm dying, right? It's like, oh, we're going to have like the tears in the rain moment. But then it doesn't really happen.
I mean, it kind of
does, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he does walk out and say, "I'm dying," and he's like, "Are you sure this is what you want?" And it's like,
And he's like, "Yeah, bitch," and he turns the whole whole ship
and walks out into the light.
and
The brain
sun.
slugs kind of reminded me of a combination of like the Borg from Star Trek meets like the Thermians from Galaxy
yes,
Quest.
dude.
That's kind of like the vibe I got from them.
Yeah, I could see that.
They dude, when they all like react to something together and they all just like turn and fucking like it's so fucking funny.
I thought like the funniest part for me was like when the Murdoch at the end is like having the mind battle thing with the leader guy, and then everything kind of starts falling apart around them, and just their reactions. They're just like, whoa! They look like a bunch of like penguins falling over themselves. They're just like just kind of run around.
That scene was wild. I was like, oh my god.
And the ending, I mean, if you guys want, we can just jump to the ending, right? To talk a bit about that. Because
Okay.
for me, it feels like the most anime ending they could have gone with, you know?
Yeah.
Him just like, whoa, just like mind blasting at each other. But I kind of liked it. It was kind of goofy, but I don't know. I had fun with it.
Felt like the end of a Stranger Things season where Eleven's just standing with her hand out.
Oh, and Jason pointed out they shoot a blue laser in the sky.
They do. Yeah.
Is this the first blue laser?
Do they shoot a blue laser?
They
They do.
Right
Oh.
at the end, yeah.
But I guess it's like he doesn't even like destroy them. He just like has full control over the machine.
It's weird that it ends with him kind of just being God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
not
it's,
really like any, you know.
he's not a hero, really.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm in control. So you know what? I want a beach. And it's
Also,
like,
I thought maybe he was gonna be like, we're gonna find the coordinates to Earth and like go back, but he's just like, all right, now there's a beach and sunlight.
yeah.
Good enough.
I mean, who knows? He might. I mean, he's just gonna. I think it's part of it is probably gonna figure out what he wants or how to deal with it. Oh, I did think it was really funny when he like the Sutherland's character like injects him, and then he's like having the flashes of like how to do everything. Like I turned to Rosie and I was like, when he opens his eyes, he's like, I know kung fu. You know, like, that's great. Yeah, the similarities between this and the Matrix are pretty big. There's so many things here that you can draw direct parallels to.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Matrix even bought like portions of the set.
Yeah.
And used
Yeah.
it in the Matrix.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
both shot
Oh.
in Sydney. There were some sets that were reused for this. Both have like on the just the visual levels. There's like that greenish tint that exists in this world.
Even the cars, like the all black cars with the leather interior, like it's
Yeah.
super similar.
I kind of put it in that like whole group of 90s Gen X directed like nihilistic movies. Like you could even say it has similarities with like Fight Club or with
Yeah.
American Beauty. Like all those movies
It's-
that just had the idea that the idea of your day-to-day 9 to 5 life is actually a prison and we need to find a way to escape from it. It's very much in that kind of wave. And I do enjoy that wave of film a lot. It's a very interesting idea and it got explored obviously in several different ways. Miles, I can see you're dying to speak. What's up?
Except there was no 9 to 5 in this movie.
No,
but
life
still,
is
you
a
know what I
prison
mean.
in this movie.
Yeah, it's all the metaphor of it.
I know, but I
I'm
just
talking about,
wanted to
like,
It's from 9
jokingly
p.m.
make that
to
comment.
12 p.m. every day.
All these movies kind of had that idea though that your
Yes.
average comfortable life is actually
Mm-hmm.
a prison, and if you escape, you'll find some sort of enlightenment. You know.
You'll become God.
Trying to look beyond reality.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah. No, I agree.
Truman Show is another one.
Oh yeah, dude. That's what it was to me. I was thinking.
It
like,
reminded me of Truman Show at the end too.
Yeah.
You know what?
You know how
Yeah,
Truman becomes
yeah.
God.
I didn't think about that at the time, but well, no, He doesn't become God at the end, does he?
No.
Oh, God.
You have to wait till Bruce Almighty for him to become God.
Who plays the villain in Truman Show? Like the showrunner?
Oh,
Ed Harris.
fuck. Yes, Ed Harris.
Yeah, they have Ed, I don't know why I just wanted to bring this up. Ed Harris is dressed like Steve Jobs for some reason, and it always bothers me.
I mean, there might have been some parallels there, dude.
I think it's on purpose.
He even has a what is that fucking that type of hat? I don't know what it is, but I have a very similar hat. But yeah, it's a classic douchey hat. No, it's I don't know. I think I like those. Yeah, this time period, the '90s in particular, really just seemed to challenge a lot of those ideas, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this was like the '90s was the age of kind of. I think when a lot of people today like picture like what was like the ideal scenario of what like the U.S. was kind of like, they picture the '90s or the '80s. So, like there was a lot of excess. There's a lot of like capitalism was like running rampant and shit, and just like everyone was just like
Trickle down economics, baby.
Well,
yeah, everyone was just like, yeah, this is what life is supposed to be. But obviously, there was tons of people who didn't agree with it, And I think this movie has such an interesting version of that, challenging those ideas,
Well, the 90s was, I think the reason it gets remembered so nostalgically is because that was the era where computers were really like kind of taking off, available to everybody, and not locked down and controlled the way that they are now.
Yeah,
right?
there was so much potential.
There was so much freedom, and
like the early 2000s especially, that was like that to me. That was like the best time to be on the internet.
Did any
it was
of you
just
guys
fun.
ever read that book that I recommended a couple months ago?
No.
I can't remember the name of it right now.
I can't read.
Pajama Sam.
I'll think of it at some point. No, but there was a book I recommended a couple months ago.
Oh, Curious George.
It's a bit advanced for me.
That's
Okay.
a little out of Ron's reading zone.
It's
So.
the first grade reading level. Too much for you? Yeah.
Amelia Bedelia?
Okay, so I think and we talked about it before a bit, like again the visual and the cinematic style, but I just want to just double down on it because I think that's undoubtedly like the movie's like biggest strength, right? Is it just it looks so damn good.
Yes.
Apparently they called it like industrial toxic lighting for like a lot of it because it is a dark movie. It's so dark. I was like, even though I was watching it, I was like, I gotta turn off the lights so that I can kind of get some more details in this. I don't know. Overall, what do you think were like favorite aspects of the visuals?
Finally, a movie with good use of CGI.
Yeah.
I
There's
thought
not even
the
that much CGI too.
Well, like all the buildings morphing and stuff like that. Was
It was
accomplished practically? I
there
thought it
was-
looked like CGI.
Some of it looked like sets. Some of it looked like it was CG.
It was a good
Yeah.
mix. Like I saw they had like the miniatures and bigatures
Or,
kind
yeah,
of
the
thing.
miniatures.
Oh, really?
Of like the sets, like the twisted buildings.
Mhm.
Like they had them, they built them, and they were like pretty big, and they had them like moving in different.
Yeah, that was
mechanisms
cool.
and
That-
just like rotating, so it looks like they're ballooning. And then I think they were like enhanced digitally, but there's really not that much CG in this. Like not as much as you would probably expect, which makes it so much more impressive. I think.
Well,
It's awesome.
yeah, I looked at it and I was like, these don't look like it doesn't look like it could be accomplished, just with like miniatures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the effects that they had seemed very advanced.
Yeah, even like the kind of the scene where they take Murdoch down to like the stranger's ship area or whatever. Like they have that little track where he goes down. That was like a practical built little railway thing, and they just like put a camera on it, like on a miniature thing, and they kind of like moved it down and just like removing the sides to it. It's, I don't know. There's so many like classic, really cool and fun film techniques that kind of went into this. Really fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the set design and everything in total, like the kind of timeless quality to it. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
I think it. Yeah, again, like that. It's its biggest strength is the way, like, even like from the opening shot, I was like, I am going to love this. Or not the opening shot, but the shot of the first, like,
So his
the
ass
city.
His ass
Yeah.
didn't make you think that you were gonna love the movie.
yeah. I mean, that was. I was thinking like, I wish Kevin Garvey was playing this role. No, like the first like shot of the city, I was like, oh fuck yeah, this is like right up my alley. And then it did jump to the shot of like the from the ceiling of him in the tub, and the light was swinging, and I was like, yes, I'm like into this. And then
They started talking.
And it was kind of cool how it started off very noir, and then it shifted slowly
morally,
but surely.
Yeah,
I kind of
You
wish
know,
it had like
I wish
held its cards closer to the chest a little bit longer.
Yeah,
you know?
if like that first chase scene hadn't happened, maybe.
Yeah, like
and
if they maybe
it
put that
pushed it
off
out,
like a
yeah.
little bit, you know. They had a lot of, or I'm sorry, Blake, what were you gonna say?
I was basically going to make your point, right? I think it maybe jumps into the weird a little too fast, or like the really weird a little too fast, because like immediately like these like weird bald Thermian Borg people are like sleep. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like it would have been cooler if it started out as more of like a traditional noir, just in some kind of like weird oppressive sci-fi setting. And you're like,
Yeah.
okay, and then slowly eases into like the weirdness. Because I do wish it kept its general neo-noir theme, because I feel like by the end it's just like straight sci-fi, and I wish it had maybe kept that noir theme throughout the entirety.
So like that was a big struggle that the writer / director and everyone who basically the creative side that was involved with this was because execs kept like insisting, they're like, we don't understand what, like, you know, what do the strangers want, how are they doing this stuff, blah blah blah. They just wanted like answers.
It's not really that hard to follow.
No, not really. I mean, but they wanted them to like explain everything more, and to the point that when they had the first like big test screening, it went pretty bad. And because a lot of the people in the audience were complaining, they said that like they didn't understand, I guess, what was happening. So then that's why they insisted on adding a opening narration. So like you guys watched it, there's no narration, right?
No.
Well, it's funny because it's like Blade Runner, same thing. They had to add a opening narration that was just literally spelling out what was happening. I wish I had played the clip before this so you guys could have heard how bad it is. It's just Kiefer Sutherland's character, and he's like, hey, a long time ago, these strangers, they came upon blah, blah. And he's like basically just explaining their backstories, that like
So
there's
they
species
explain
that's
the entire
dying.
plot?
Yeah, they're like, there's a species
God.
that's dying. They have this ability to tune and warp reality. They call it tuning. They captured humans. They put them here to like to basically experiment on them, and here we go. And it's like, you just fucking explain the whole movie.
That's like one of those
Opening-
It's so
That's like
lame.
one of those trailers that just
Yeah.
like ruins the entire movie. Like we watched 2 weeks ago. We watched the trailer after we watched the movie for
The Vast of Night.
The Vast of Night, and that
the whole
trailer.
movie.
Yeah,
It is
it's
the whole fucking movie.
I hate
Hey,
it.
do you
Yeah.
think the the people from Vast and Night ended up in the city?
they might have?
Maybe.
That might have been what happened. I mean, the spaceship, you know, it was round also.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if there's like an opening crawl to enemy? This is Jake Gyllenhaal. He plays two characters. But actually, it's really just one character. And the city is actually just a subconscious.
This was
And
filmed on
really,
30 millimeter.
This was filmed with 35 millimeter film.
But yeah, so it's like, it's frustrating to me, like, because the original script was apparently much like weirder, more mysterious and stuff. So it is one of those like annoying what ifs. Like if we kind of had a little bit closer to that idea. But I still enjoy it. I still like it, especially the director's cut, which cuts that narration out and adds a couple things. That it sustains the mystery at least for 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
I mean, if you get that at the beginning of the film, what's the point of the movie?
Yeah,
right?
I mean, that was
What's the sense of discovery? Because you're supposed to be asking the question to yourself, wait, who are these people? Why are they doing this? And then gradually gain understanding. Okay, they have manipulated everybody's mind. Okay, they're not really human, are they? You know, like when you first see like the one Thermian. Is that what they're called?
No.
That's
No,
the
they're
Galaxy
guys at
Quest.
Galaxy
no, they're just called the
The
strangers.
Strangers.
The strangers. When you
Yeah.
see the one stranger die and the slug just like
Yeah.
evaporates from his head, and you see like they're all interconnected, they're kind of a hive mind type thing.
Yeah.
And you start to get more hints throughout it of, oh, that's what these guys are. And yeah, maybe backloading that a little bit more, spacing it out differently would have been more effective, but I think it was still good.
Yeah. The soundtrack is a part of the movie that it's similar, where it's like some other points that it's a little frustrating. I think for the most part it's interesting enough. It doesn't stand out that much, but like there are moments that feel very 90s. Or it's like dun 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 dun. Dun. Like I don't know. It's a little.
I like that shit though.
That much.
That stuff's cool to me. I like that music.
I kind of wish they again leaned a little bit more into the noir stuff, or is a little bit more mysterious, or I don't know, throw a saxophone in there or something.
Yeah,
like.
the action sequences they really pump the music up. You know?
I think the director Proyas he mentioned like talking about like the Matrix success, and if he thinks like they took stuff from him, and he's like, yeah, I don't know. It's like maybe I should have added more kung fu into my film. It would have done better.
See, I think that they did take some stuff because I thought that this movie took stuff from The Matrix.
No.
And then I realized, oh, wait, yeah.
I mean, they literally took sets. So.
Yeah, they literally took stuff from this movie.
But within a year being released, I don't think there's actually that much they could have taken story-wise.
Well, the film was in production for like 5 years leading up to this,
But,
so
like-
the script had gone around.
Like I said, these movies, though, all had this general idea.
That's
I
true.
think.
And also, The Matrix is the Wachowskis have been pretty open about like they've taken so much influence from tons of things.
Yeah.
Everything from like Ghost in the Shell to like fucking
The Bible.
Yeah, the Bible. Like they're all over. So I don't know. I think The Matrix. It's like there's tons of parallels. Like even stuff like he gets a phone call from somebody and kind of guiding him because there's like these agent things that are coming after him, and then him eventually again warping reality and everything. It's like,
They
but
both can fly at the end.
they both can fly. This one does not have Rage Against the Machine, unfortunately.
Nah, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's they're interesting though.
Do not try to move the spoon. Do not try to move the spoon.
Same bald kid from The Matrix. No, I'm just kidding.
Tells the main character.
I do want to mention that kid. That kid was creepy as shit.
he was.
It's like he's got the knife in his hand. He's like, no, I'm not going to knife this guy. I'm just going to bite him.
Yeah,
Like, okay.
The main actor, Rufus something. what's
Rufus
his-
Sewell.
yeah.
He was in that Netflix series where you could watch it in any order. Do you guys remember this?
It's,
There
I
was-
didn't watch it.
that sounds familiar,
Kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscope.
though,
Wait,
right?
there was a Netflix series you could watch in any order?
Yeah.
Kind of. Well, I think it was any order, but you had to end on a certain episode. But he was the villain. It was called Kaleidoscope. It starred
It's got Gus Freeman.
yeah, I was gonna say what's his name?
Giancarlo.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Esposito, yeah.
Was
Yeah.
it like an anthology or something where they
No,
all kind of
it's
like
a,
merged together at the end?
No, it's a heist film that tracks over like 15 years or something. Like the idea is that you meet these characters like when they're really young, and then it ends when they're really old, and that the core event is the actual heist that they all commit together, which I think is actually kind of in the middle, or like maybe there's 2 episodes to go after it. But the whole idea is that it was written in a way that you could technically watch it in any order as long as like the last 2 episodes. So you have to watch them in a certain order. Honestly,
It's too gimmicky.
it wasn't great. It's a cool idea.
It is a cool concept.
That's like those video game movies that they did for a while, where it's like a choose your own adventure movie.
I like
Netflix tried
I
doing.
like it in theory. I like
they
the
did a Black
idea.
Mirror episode like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was like the villain of the show. I've always thought he kind of looks like Buzz Lightyear. He's got like,
Okay.
what?
No, anyway.
Which, by the way, The Lion King, I think it was Lion King 1 1/2 had a bonus feature that was like a choose your own adventure DVD thing.
Hey, Lion King 1.5 slapped. I haven't seen it since I was
It-
6, but
It is good. It holds up.
I don't think I ever watched it, to be
But
honest.
have you guys ever seen Pooh's Grand Adventure?
Oh my gosh.
Is
Anyway,
that the one
back,
with the punks?
back to Dark City. Performance wise, who do you guys have like a favorite and least favorite guy? I know you guys
William
already
Hurt. William Hurt. He was great. Also, I
Great.
don't think Jennifer Connelly wasn't like bad.
No, I
she
liked
was
her.
good. She was good.
well enough.
He was great. It's a big statement.
Like I said, I really liked Keith Sutherland.
Kiefer.
Kiefer Sutherland.
You said Keither.
So funny thing
I
is
meant to say Kiefer Sutherland.
he thinks
But-
that they sent him the script on accident. He thinks they meant to
Wait,
send it to his
really?
dad. Yeah, which kind of makes way more sense to have Donald Sutherland as that
Yeah.
character, to be honest. Like an older or like a scientist crazy dude. So he's like, is this a mistake? Like, do you guys actually want me here? I like to think that they did send it to him on accident, and then they're just like, no, dude, of course we want you. We love you.
Because he's really playing against like his typical role here. He's typically like the badass, you know.
Yeah.
And here he's like just a little weak man,
I thought it was
which
great.
was kind of fun to see him in that light.
I liked his performance. I thought it was very funny.
You have come to see me. Thank you for coming.
It's like Stevie sped up.
They will change everything once they come. When they
It's
find
like
you.
Stevie and like Frankenstein's assistant. Kind of.
Igor.
Yeah, it's like the combination of those two characters.
Master the plant. Yeah. I think he's a tough one. I like Rufus Sewell as well, or Sewell. I don't know how to say his name. As like John Murdoch. I think he's a pretty good performance overall. Like his kind of lost confusedness kind of making sense, and he does. It's a tough role. You know, he's very conflicted, and there's a lot of things like kind of unrattling. But Richard O'Brien as Mr. Hand, I thought he was awesome.
Yeah, he was fun. All the strangers were like fun to watch, but they're just so weird and goofy.
Well, do we have closing thoughts, or did you have anything else you wanted to go over, Ron?
No. The one thing I actually did want to mention was that, again, talking about the box office, how like, I guess last thing of like how crazy it was, the movies that came out that same year. 1998 was an incredible year. Like Titanic, Armageddon, Saving Private Ryan, There's Something About Mary, The Waterboy, Deep Impact, Godzilla, the 98 version, Rush Hour, Good Will Hunting, A Bug's Life, The Truman Show, Mulan, The Mask of Zorro, Enemy of the State, Ants, the Rugrats movie, the X-Files movie, The Wedding Singer, Blade, The Man in the Iron Mask, Ever After, that's underrated, What Dreams May Come, The Prince of Egypt, Small Soldiers, Patch Adams, Pleasantville, Mouse Hunt was still in theaters, but it came out the year before, L.A. Confidential, Jackie Brown, The Big Lebowski, Flubber, Babe, American History X. Like, what a fucking stacked year.
Yeah,
dude.
that's crazy.
Don't you not like The Man in the Iron Mask?
No, I like The Man in the
Is
Iron
that not
Mask.
the movie that you imitate sometimes?
No, I do make fun of it,
What
yeah,
is
but I
What's the
like
line
it.
You always say.
You'll wear it till you love it. Sorry for the levels there.
Speaking of LA Confidential, have you guys have all seen that movie?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah,
I've never
Great
seen it.
movie.
That's
Yeah.
talk about a film noir, dude. That's
Yeah.
boom. That one did great, and that one fucking I think it did pretty good in the Oscars too. I might be wrong, but yeah.
What's crazy is like it feels like that's the year I started like going to the movies like on a regular basis because I saw a lot of those movies in theaters. I was 6 at that time, so it makes that like I remember seeing Pleasantville and a couple others that you mentioned. Titanic, that was a fucking crazy experience.
I can't believe you
as
as a 6-year-old had to sit through all of Titanic.
dude.
It's a long movie.
That movie like fucked me up as a child. Like I came out of that movie fully understanding like our mortality. Like, it was awful.
It's playing at Regal this week if you guys want to go see it.
Honestly, I'm like I
I
like
kinda
Titanic.
wanna
want
rewatch
to.
that.
I haven't
I
watched it in a long
Don't
time.
know about in a theater. It's quite long.
Dude, in a theater sounds awesome.
Yeah.
It's-
What day is it playing?
Sometime this week. I'll look it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me know.
But it's just like for me, this feels like crazy. This is less about Dark City, honestly, but just like how many movies were just getting launched like constantly. Like it feels like every week of 98, and I missed a couple, like a ton of other movies too that came out the same year, and it's just like, and I'm sure movies that like people love, but it's like I don't know, it's like I can't remember the last time that it's been like that at the movie theater where it feels like any week during out the year you could go and watch something that's probably going to be good.
I always bring up 2017 was a pretty strong year for movies. And I want to say maybe 2015 or 16, one of those was pretty good too. We've had a couple recent good years. The last few years have been a little bit wonky, but there's a lot that kind of made that happen, so it's understandable.
Here are the top movies of 2017, at least box office wise. Star Wars, The Last Jedi, Beauty and the Beast, the live action one, Wonder Woman, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Spider-Man
man.
Homecoming, It, Thor Ragnarok, Despicable Me 3, Logan, The Fate of the Furious, Justice League, Dunkirk, Coco, the Lego Batman movie, also better than you would expect, Get Out, The Boss Baby, Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Sounds like 98 was a much better year.
Yeah, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, Kong, Hidden Figures, but it's the smaller movies.
The only 3 movies that I liked off that
Dude, I'm not
off that
sure-
list are Hidden Figures, Coco, and Dunkirk.
War for Planet of the Apes, Split, La La Land. I know some people hate that movie. I like it. I think it's good.
I like La La
Baby
Land.
Driver.
I've got a copy of La La Land.
John Wick Chapter
Blade
2.
Runner 2049.
Blade Runner 2049. The Mummy remake. Alien Covenant. Fuck you, dude.
Death Day. Happy Death Day.
Happy Death Day. Ferdinand.
Yeah, I still don't like most of these movies.
Dude, I'm not tripping though. Like,
There's probably a lot of smaller ones. Moana.
there's a
Moana.
lot of like off the top of my head, other movies I know that came out that year that probably just didn't do as well.
Yeah.
Mother, Ingrid Goes West, Beach Rats. There were several movies.
Three billboards outside of billboards.
I've never
outside
seen
of
it, but I hear that's an amazing movie.
it was good.
That was a banging year for film.
Manchester by the Sea. I think if anything, it's indicative. It's saying that like basically it shows a shift. I think because there's a lot of like, so I'm going down. There's a lot of like the smaller films that are like
good.
better, yeah. But like the
good movies.
blockbusters were kind of slipping, to say the least. Like
I mean, like,
blockbusters are pretty much dead at this point. I would say in
I don't
terms
know
of
about
like
dead,
ar-
but
in
like
terms of artistic integrity.
the mid-budget movie is coming back. Like
it is,
this
and I'm
year,
happy to see that.
Like,
Yeah.
Begonia and I don't know if you'd call One Battle After Another a mid-budget
that was probably
movie.
a pretty high budget.
But they or Marty Supreme, I don't know. But like these more like niche films that
and we
aren't
have
like
the new Sam Raimi movie just came out.
yeah.
So yeah, I do agree with you. I do think
That's something I wanted to bring up on our wrap up here is like or wrap up episode. There's the smaller movies that typically would have been down at the bottom of the box office are doing much better now.
I'm telling you, look up the 2017 like indie movie catalog, and it's very good. Like that was a very good year for movies. I remember Wind River. That's another one just off the top of my head.
oh yeah,
Wind River was good.
There were tons of like good smaller movies. I felt like I was at the movies every weekend.
Ingrid, Doctor Strange.
I love
no,
Ingrid
that was
Goes
before.
West.
Four. Fuck Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah, that movie's not good.
Nah, dude.
I was laughing by the end of it, unfortunately.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah.
The Florida Project.
That's a spirit. I've never seen it. That's Sean Baker.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
They almost got sued by Disney.
Is that another
Why?
one that was filmed on like an iPhone?
No, that's Tangerine. They almost got sued by Disney because do you guys care about spoilers?
Oh, they
No.
were like filming in
There's
Disney,
they're
right?
shooting in Disneyland.
the last no, that's not the whole movie, just one scene. There's apparently the movie ends with like the two main girls. It's about like these kids like running and breaking into Disneyland, and like they shot it kind of like guerrilla style without anyone's permission. But there is that movie Escape from Tomorrow that they shot entirely inside of Disneyland. It's not very good, but it's interesting. It's like it's the making of it is more interesting than the actual movie itself.
Anyway, yeah. So you guys want to get into just what we're watching?
Oh yeah, sorry, Ron. Did we want to do wrap ups really quick? Or
Oh yeah. Sorry for Dark City. Final thoughts.
Miles, final thoughts. What did you think?
I thought that it was really good sci-fi schlock, which is one of my favorite genres. So, yes, and they executed their special effects incredibly well.
except
and
for the ending.
Atmospherically, I love this movie. I'm surprised I haven't watched it before. Definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, I agree. It's worth a watch for sure. Yeah, I mean, like it's whatever. Conceptually, I like it better than the whole of it. I feel like it could have used just a little bit more planning. Just a little bit more to get everything right. Because some things just feel awkward. But I'm happy it exists. It's influenced a lot of things that I really enjoy that have come after. So that's cool. But yeah, overall, maybe I'll watch it again and feel differently.
Ron?
I really like it. I don't know if I'd drop it into like one of my favorites like category, but it is one that like I don't know, any movie that kind of draws me back that like makes me want to revisit it like more than twice. I count as like I don't know, a very good movie to me. So I think this movie accomplishes like the majority of what they're trying to do. I think visually it's so good. And I think like you said, the atmosphere and everything. And the more we've done these podcasts and stuff, like the more I'm kind of realizing, like really zeroing in on what attracts me to film, and the atmosphere is a big part of it. And so that's why I really like this movie, and I would recommend it to a lot of people, honestly. Yeah.
I like movies that look like movies, where it's showing something that's not quite reality. That's why I like Wes Anderson so much, because his films always seem to be like one step outside of reality. And so I like when there's a heavy dose of atmosphere and they're not just trying to make everything look realistic. And maybe that's the problem I've got with the Marvel movies. They try to set themselves too firmly into reality.
I would agree with you
Everything
there.
looks too clean in Marvel movies.
Yeah.
So, like,
I agree,
big fight
honestly.
scene was at an airport in Civil War.
Dude, well, before we go down that category, Blake, what are your final thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know. It was okay. I have like Jason's opinion almost to a T. Like I liked it a lot conceptually. In actual execution, I feel like we were kind of laughing at it a lot
at
too.
certain points. Yeah,
we were,
but I mean, the strangers are just objectively funny.
but we were laughing
They're
at like
clicking their
more.
Dude, it's so
Great.
We were laughing at a few other moments too, like especially the whole "what's that means?" It means it's all a lie. I'm like, oh my god. So I don't know. I guess I'm glad it exists, but it's I didn't really enjoy watching it that much.
Top 50 films ever made.
Top 5 billion films ever made.
Okay.
But yeah, let's get into what we've been watching. Once again, sorry guys, I really haven't watched anything.
Yeah, weren't you like
Neither
in Monaco over the weekend or something?
Monaco? What the fuck is what?
It's a country.
I believe you.
No, you were traveling.
I was
right?
traveling. I was on vacation.
How'd that go?
It was good.
Yeah.
I guess I watched people. Not like in a creepy way, like just like in a. Okay, I feel like
Just staring at your people.
I just
staring through people's windows.
just getting
He
binoculars.
did it Dexter New Blood style, where he locked somebody in a room and then just had a camera pointed at him.
Yeah, I can see you doing that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Miles. What have you been watching?
Mostly the same stuff. A lot of continuing on shows. Watched the 3rd episode of A Night of 7 Kingdoms. Still continuing on strong. I'm really liking it so far. I think that they were doing a good job with the adaptation. It is moving a little bit away from just being a shot for shot.
It was the biggest departure.
Yeah.
It was like a mixed bag. It was like part of it was like I really liked it, and then part of it's where I was like, I think the stuff they deviated mostly I didn't like.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought the
I don't know.
deviations kind of worked.
But that's the thing is like I need more time to like digest it, because like my knee jerk reaction, because I like the book so much, was that like it's like just different, and but I'm like trying not to just be like annoyed by that. I'm like, hold on, let me just kind of see with the show for what it is, So I don't know. I'm like holding back until like at this point I want to hold back until it's done.
Well, I think they're trying to
hard.
flesh out Egg's character more. I feel like in this.
Yeah, which that's actually the part I did like the most.
Yeah,
was just seeing Egg like practicing being a squire. I was like,
that was great.
That was
so much fun. Yeah. And then Fear and Beyond Journey's End. Been watching that 3rd episode. They're really changing up this season with how they're doing everything.
I don't even know what this is. What is it called?
Frieren Beyond Journey's End. It's
Frieren Beyond
Frieren. Frien.
I can't spell that.
Yeah. No, it's a great anime. It's about.
You just lost Jason's entire interest.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Hey, I might be interested. Let me know.
No, it's really good. It's worth watching.
It has high ratings.
Season 2 is a big shift from what it was in season 1. They're trying a lot of new things, it feels like, but it seems to be working so far. Still holding my attention.
Did you buy a body pillow from it?
No, I don't have a Frieren body pillow.
Isn't that what all of anime is about?
Hey, this is 2026. All right, we've moved past those stereotypes.
Yes. It's acceptable to be what do you call them? A weeb?
Weeb.
Yeah, it's acceptable to be a weeb now.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
mostly.
Tim Allen's not in this.
And then I've been watching Billions through. I'm almost done with season 4 now, I believe, of Billions. So, yeah, 3 more seasons to go.
Nice.
Yep.
All right, Jason, you watched anything?
No. I mean, I watched more of The Rookie, but I just put that on.
Cop
like,
propaganda.
It's that show's so stupid.
It's kind of watchable.
It is.
My wife was watching it, and I was like, okay, and I was like, yeah, this is really dumb, but like, I get it. It feels like a procedural from like 2003. It's very like,
Yeah. I mean, I think that's what they were going for.
yeah,
right?
you
Like,
know,
there aren't a lot of shows like that left around. And so, like, I don't know.
It almost feels like
I always enjoyed it, just throwing something on and, like, turning my fucking brain
I
off.
swear to God, it felt like I was watching Grey's Anatomy or something. Like very, very similar vibe.
Yeah,
to,
it's all about their interpersonal lives.
yeah.
And, like,
But you know, can't say no to Nathan Fillion, I guess.
what's funny about that show is, like, I think the LAPD had to have, like, some sort of, like, you know, input on what the
Yeah.
cops can and can't do, and they never kill anybody. There's a gunfight every episode, but they always, like, get the shoulder or the leg, you know, and then they cuff them just because they never kill. If they kill someone, like, it's a big deal.
That's because you're watching cop propaganda.
Yeah. But whatever. I think it's fun. It's a stupid, dumb show to put on. Like,
I watched like
as I'm
1.5
going to bed.
episodes, and I it's one of those shows where you see a lot of TV actors that you've seen before.
Yeah.
So I watched about 1.5 episodes, and I was like, oh, that's this person. That's this person. I was like, that's like she was in Ray Donovan. This person was in this. That guy was in the following.
That guy was an X-Men.
Yeah, I was like, is that the Iceman or is that his twin brother? I never know.
Yeah, because they're twins.
Oh, the guy who plays Faramir in Lord of the Rings was in Dark City. He was one of the
Really?
strangers. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's very brief. I mean, they did shoot in Australia, so it kind of makes sense. You know,
Mm.
he's nearby. Sorry, that just reminded me of that because like I didn't know that until like I was like basically looking up credit stuff about it, and I was like, what? I was like, I didn't even catch him, but yeah.
What have you been watching, Ronald?
Well, more anime. So I've been watching Hajime no Ippo, which is like a boxing anime. It's a boxing anime from like the early 2000s. It's really fun. It's so goofy. It's very much of the time. Like it's like based off like an 80s 90s manga. I mean, I think people who know. But besides that, after watching Brave Little Toaster, it inspired me to watch to revisit a similar movie like in my childhood that I was like, it's kind of like weird and a little dark and creepy or whatever. It's We're Back, a dinosaur story. It's from '93. It was like produced by Steven Spielberg and stuff. And there's like a stellar cast, dude. Like John Goodman, Jay Leno like voiced some, Martin Short's in it, Julia Child, Larry King has like a spot, Yeardley Smith who's like Lisa. But yeah, that's like, oh, and Walter Cronkite is like one of the scientists in it. He's awesome.
So they got a bunch of old news people?
It's it really fits the movie. It's a weird movie. It's one that like I almost want to pick someday, like for us. I think it's kind of it's a movie that just like, I don't know. It just kind of starts and ends in a I don't know. But yeah, basically the concept is like this like scientist from the future goes back in time to like the Mesozoic era, finds dinosaurs, makes them incredibly smart, or at least like relatively smart to us, and then takes them to the future or a time period which was like the 90s so that kids can interact with them because kids love dinosaurs. And he has like a radio that like tunes into people's wishes, and he says kids wish the loudest, and the thing that they wish for the most is to see like cool creatures and like specifically dinosaurs. So, and no, it's stupid. It's fun. And the premise is like so ridiculous because he literally just drops them into New York and he's like, yeah, all right, like go. And it's just like, craziness ensues. But it was kind of better than I remembered it. So that was fun. So yeah, we're back.
I guess I missed that one during its award season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really watch anything. A couple episodes of Malcolm in the Middle. That's it.
I finished watching that the series, so I was like, sad, it's over.
Yeah.
Well,
More's
actually,
coming.
though,
What?
there'll be 4 episodes this year.
It's weird that they're only making 4.
Yeah, that is bizarre. I
I
don't
didn't
know,
hear that. That's crazy.
I don't
Yeah.
know if it's like 4 episodes and that's it, or like they're intending on like it being a full-on revival. I really don't know. I don't know anything about it other than it's happening.
Yeah,
Season
like,
should
if
be
you're just
12
making 4
episodes at the
episodes.
shortest.
Yeah.
Season should be 12 episodes at the shortest. Should be 26 episodes, though.
I mean, I think it just all based on the
Depends
story,
on the
you
type
know?
of show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, if you're only making 4 episodes, just make a movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it highly depends on the show because. Like, oh man, I know I love Dexter, but like some of those seasons, I'm like, oh my god, you could have trimmed this to like 9. Like it's like I think Showtime at the time only did 13 episode seasons, which I know is kind of the standard now. But there were seasons where I'm like, dude, like 10 would have been fine. Like because some drama shows do just 10. And I'm like, oh, that would have been
Well,
great.
the
But
problem
there's
is the standard's going down to 8. Like,
Well,
8 episode
6
season
sometimes.
sucks.
Yeah.
There's like
Yeah.
like I think some of the best parts about having a show that has to be stretched out to like 20 episodes or something is like you do kind of have like a lot of more fun like character moments, or there's a lot more room for just adding in like extra influence and something that could like balloon into something else that you don't really know
Yeah,
yet.
you can develop your main cast. You can develop your side characters.
I
Yeah,
think-
if you have a well-developed show, that can be a formula for like really rich storytelling. On the downside, then you get other shows where it's like, Jesus Christ, like,
Well,
you know?
I think that like the showrunners and producers, or I guess probably more just the showrunners, should be able to kind of just dictate per season what they realistically need. Because like on the other extreme, I remember like during when Lost was running, during season 4, it was cut short to only like 12 episodes because of the writer's strike. Damon Lindelof was like, thank God, like, because he didn't have that much content left to tell. He was like, oh my God, that's cutting our season in half. Thank you.
Dude, that show did feel like they were stretching so much.
Well, yeah, because they wanted them to do 10 seasons, and Damon Lindelof's like, can I settle for 3? And they're like, no. So it just kind of like depends, like show to show, right? Like sometimes you want it to be shorter, sometimes you want it to be longer. I kind of just wish they gave the actual creators of the show a little more free reign with that. Like you decide how long your show is going to be.
Yeah. There's no reason for Star Trek to be fucking 10 episodes
Yeah,
a
no.
season.
Just
That's-
like lower the budget per episode and stretch those out to 20, like that.
Yeah.
Because, that's a very episodic, very procedural kind of show where you want to see more situations. You don't necessarily need it to be like a contained, super high budget 10 episodes. Like, just, if it looks a little shittier.
Star
but
Trek
there's-
doesn't need to be a fucking action
No,
series.
yeah.
Yeah, and just
Tone
because
that shit down.
every episode's not going to be a hit, that doesn't mean that you don't want to watch those episodes. That
Yeah.
Yeah.
like I know with a lot of these older shows that I watch, where there's 6 to 10 seasons of the show, and there's 24 episodes per season. There's definitely episodes where people are like, okay, this is my second time watching this. I'm going to skip this episode and this episode. But it's always different for each person, There's some that are universally panned, but I also know that there's some that I really love that most people hate, and I really hate that most people really like.
I think
And,
it'll be interesting to see with A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, because they initially only said they were going to do 3 seasons based off the 3 novellas. But the showrunner came out recently and basically said that his dream is to do, like, break up the show into like 3 different eras, right? The like 5 seasons of when like Dunk and Egg are young, like, and then wait 10 years and then do like maybe 4 or 5 more seasons when they're like full grown men, and then wait another like 10 years and then then wait until they're
That's
both like
30 fucking years.
exactly. He said he's like, this project could
It's like
encompass
Boyhood.
it would encompass my entire life. He's like, but I would love to do it. And it's like,
that would be fantastic. I would love it.
And HBO executives like fucking came all over themselves. They're like,
We'll see if they actually do that, though.
yeah,
That's
it's really, because it's like they're already getting some negative reception for this, like the first season so far. And I think it's because people expect it to be like Game of Thrones or like House of the Dragon, like this big VFX, like action heavy show. And it's not that at all. It's like small character driven, and it's like, and people are kind of like recoiling to it.
It's also hard to predict what the interest is going to be in 30 years from now.
Yes, yeah.
Like, will anybody give? Will HBO even exist?
But what I was going to say though is that like having the fluidity of like episode length and like like however many episodes you want to do, like could change a lot too. Because like for this one, based off novella, it's only 6 episodes. Each episode is varying from either 30, most of them are 30 minutes, or like 1 or 2 episodes is like 40. Which is very uncommon for the Game of Thrones shows, which are all like almost hour-long length episodes, and then there's like 13 episodes a season. It's like, I don't know. I think that's interesting. You could this could be a nice, little experiment just to be like, this next season's going to be a little shorter or a little longer or whatever, and just kind of just play with it.
I will say though, that is my core complaint, even though it's not really a complaint because I appreciate that everything is very concise.
Yeah.
With A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, but I do wish that the episodes were a little bit longer, right? But I don't want them to like have to stretch them out. So it's a double-edged sword. It's like, yeah, I really like the fact that they didn't stretch them out, but I am a little bit sad also that I wait a week and it's 30 minutes, not an hour.
Only 7 episodes as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
6.
Anyways, we should
6?
probably
Oh,
introduce.
the one is
Oh yeah.
Yes.
We should probably introduce that we're doing a themed month, even though we're kind of late actually, because this will already be February. Doesn't matter. We're going to be doing a themed month. Our theme, guilty pleasures.
Guilty pleasures.
Miles is up first, which fucking terrifies me. So.
Well, let's define what it is to have a guilty pleasure, because a lot of people can have different ideas, right? So we kind of came to the consensus that mainly a guilty pleasure is a movie you might be a little embarrassed to admit that you like to other people, which seems straightforward enough, right? It's like maybe not a movie that you consider to be bad, or a movie that you think is like, great or amazing or like a hidden gem or something. Just a movie that kind of, in a room full of crowded people, you may not be your first choice to like offer up and be like, hey guys, you guys want to watch, Taxi? Like, I don't know. It just all depends. It's so Miles?
So I have chosen for the first film of guilty pleasure month
he is a DVD.
He's holding it up.
is a film.
Wait, before you say the title, let me explain the cover of this.
That's horrific.
It's 2 dudes staring at a woman's ass. She's wearing a cheerleader's outfit, and the skirt is hiking up.
She's like jumping. She's like midair jumping.
And it's got that classic unrated, that classic 2007
Yeah, dude.
unrated sticker.
You bought this at Blockbuster, right? Like,
I don't know.
No, it's a bargain bin.
It came into my collection at some
All right,
point.
why don't you announce your abomination? to us all?
The film is called Fired Up. A funny, sexy, and smart triple threat, says Mark S. Allen. I have no idea who he is, but yeah,
He liked Fired Up.
yeah.
Is this one of these like weird?
that's someone they caught just like walking out of the theater.
Is this one of those weird
He's an
like
accountant
American
in,
Pie
like, Missouri.
ripoffs?
It's definitely a teenage dirtbag movie.
Is it like
I
an
guess
American
you could
Pie
say.
ripoff?
Not an American Pie ripoff. The guys in this film are not dorky like the guys in American Pie. It's like, what
Hey,
if
Sean
all the
William
guys were
Scott's a
Stifler?
Chad, okay?
You know?
He was. And Oz was also in the lacrosse team,
Yeah.
But
No, but yeah, this movie is I'm not gonna justify its existence. I'm not gonna say that it's a good movie or that it has any artistic integrity whatsoever. But yeah, this movie was funny when I was growing
Okay.
up. I thought it was just a great, bad, fun time movie.
It'll probably be better than 10 Things I Hate About You.
Blake was joking beforehand, like, oh, can my guilty pleasure be like Godfather Part 2?
I'm just so embarrassed to admit that I like The Godfather Part 2.
I can't help it.
Guys, okay, Citizen Kane. I'm so...
Okay, I'm kind of excited to watch this movie.
I'm not. I'm dreading it, but...
Yeah.
All right, watch Fired Up, I guess.
Hey, wait, you have the unrated edition. Is that?
yeah,
Yep.
so I
Should
guess
we aim for that then?
Yes.
there probably
Yeah.
isn't I think that's probably the only edition.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, wait. Last tidbit for Dark City. This movie was rated R, but it wasn't because there was the language or nudity in it. None of that was in the original cut. they added that afterwards because the MPAA gave them rated R rating, and they couldn't figure out why. They're just like, it's weird.
Was it not the blood explosions?
No, that was added later because they were like, you know what? If it's gonna be rated R, fuck it, just make it, add a little whatever. There's some boobs and some blood or whatever. Which interesting. So unrated version of Fired Up. That's what we gotta watch. Okay.
It is on Amazon Prime to rent.
Okay.
Both.
I gotta rent this movie.
You can come over and watch the DVD with me.
Okay.
I much prefer the director's cut. It really keeps the artistic vision alive.
Yeah, the narration in the beginning really kills it.
I hate that they explained the twist of Fired Up.
Let's see. Who directed this?
Was it?
Not
I think that was a Scorsese one,
I'm
right?
gonna have to research this movie.
I can't wait to hear the history on this one.
Let's see. Will Gluck.
That's a pseudonym, man. There's no way.
It says a film by Will Gluck. I have no idea who that is. Yeah.
You think at the beginning it's gonna have the credits like a Will Gluck film? I actually have seen this movie too before.
Oh, you have?
Yeah,
Okay.
I saw it around the time it came out, but I don't remember like. I mean, I remember the premise. I remember. I wonder if I'm gonna like be watching it and I'm gonna be like, Murdoch and, and just like just flashes of it. We'll
He's
see.
actually directed a bunch of movies. He did the Peter Rabbit movie.
Oh, okay.
He did Friends with Benefits.
Sometimes
Easy A, which I actually hear is good.
Yeah, it's not a bad movie.
Yeah, sometimes you're just contracted to just do shit. He's like, fine, I'll direct it.
All right, watch Fired Up. Bye.
Unrated.
Bye.
Unrated.